Hey friends, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Lindsey.
And we're not your average mamas.
On this podcast, we're here to make you laugh, share our experiences, and provide helpful tidbits that will make your parenting journey just a little bit easier.
So grab your favorite drink, sit back and relax, and let us join you in your multitasking.
Not your average mamas.
A podcast showing you that parenting is anything but ordinary.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
It's gotta be it. ASMR of Brittany eating a banana.
I had to grab an emergency banana.
Don't look into the windows of my soul and shove a banana in your mouth. Okay.
I don't know where to look. I felt like this was the quietest food I could grab.
Not with these microphones.
I couldn't have a repeat of last week when I was like my
Pull it out a little bit. Like
that's what she said.
Like, there you go. A lot of phallic things by your face right now. Luckily, Jesse's not here. He'd be jealous.
He'd be adding one.
I hope not. I hope he'd wait until I left. Oh, gosh.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
It just blends in with the other phallic.
Yeah. Don't trip on that later.
I threw my banana peel on the floor. Oh, play the Mario Kart sound there.
Oh, I think I have it hooked up to... Do I have this hooked up? Oh, it is. It's connected to my computer.
Nice.
Nice.
She's got it hooked. She has the Mario Kart sound up and running for some reason already.
Boop, boop. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
That's me falling on the banana.
Anywho, well, first we have to rant.
It's been brought to our attention that we're a couple of basic ass moms.
And here's our list why we're not fucking basic.
Let's rewind a little bit because we're feeling punchy.
There's been a lot of things in our life right now, so don't fuck with us.
Yeah, because when we say we're feeling punchy, we're going to actually punch. Look out.
I will take one from your son's book and I'll find a chicken and I'll put it in your pan.
Yeah. Ever had a cock in your pants?
Every day. For some people.
Oh.
No.
I was like, Okay, so we're not your average mamas, okay? That's kind of, I thought, understood that it's just like a cute little quirky name. Not your average mamas, good spin-off, not your mama's book club, blah, blah, blah. But multiple people have asked this week alone why we're not average and said we sound average. So I feel like, first of all, we say where parenting is anything but ordinary. Mm-hmm. We want to hype up moms to know they aren't just like living like a basic, boring life just because you choose to be a mom and a parent.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people without kids are like scared of being a mom because they're scared of like falling into a routine, like a hamster wheel hell situation. And I feel like that's not what motherhood has to be. And that's what we are trying to show people. And we are trying to break cycles, and we are working, and like we have a fucking podcast. Like, what mom has a podcast?
Exactly.
Not a lot of them.
No. I said, let's list our credentials for what makes us not average. I homeschool. I have my own business, which is I do hair and this podcast business. And what else do you do, Lindsay? You have a freaking master's degree in...
I don't have a master's degree. I have 2 degrees. I'm a board certified ASCP medical laboratory scientist.
She's a freaking scientist. Does that sound like your average mama? Most moms are not scientists.
I could draw your blood.
And I could draw a picture of your blood. I'm artistic. But anyway, I mean... We're like we say sometimes at the end, we're not above you, we're not below you. We're right there beside you. We're at if you're feeling really meh and like your life is just like boring since becoming a mom, we're just trying to like reinvigorate people, hype you up. We're not basic, average, run of the mill, like your old school moms that are just, I don't know. I guess we're just doing whatever the fuck we want. So
We're making life fun and interesting. I feel like our loyal listeners do really enjoy us and look forward to our podcast, and it does brighten up their week. And like, that's our biggest goal, is to like bring joy back into motherhood, because I feel like you can just get lost in the mundane, where we want to find joy and happiness and just like the best things in motherhood, and trying to shed light on like the little things that make you laugh. Just try to show you that you're not alone and that we are all in this together.
And a lot of people, are very isolated in motherhood, and our main goal from this is to make you not feel like you're so alone, make you laugh. If we can just make you laugh or smile, get some helpful tips and tricks, from
our wisdom.
From your guys. Your guys's too. We get it online. It's not all just from our own brains.
For sure.
But also to just like feel like if you can't get out of the house, pop an AirPod in and hang out with us. And we're your friends. We love you guys. So
we do love you so much. And we're not your average mamas. So fuck everybody that says we're average. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. So,
and you know who you are.
You know who you are. You know who you are. And we know who we are.
Exactly.
And we're not average.
No.
And I don't actually think anybody is. Some of you are above average and some of you are below average.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Way below. Just kidding. But anyways, that's our rant for the week. Well, we could rant about so much more.
Yeah, but we did that before we turned the microphones on, because some rants can't be public.
Not at this time.
To be continued.
If you know, you know, you know.
The girls that get it.
So true. Anyway, this week's episode is about lies that we tell our children. And we have compiled quite a list of lies.
Double-sided page. I don't even know if I can read them all, but
I just think it's so funny. Got the idea because I was talking to Kian, and I was telling him it was a little white lie to like, I feel like especially with toddlers, you tell them things so like you don't get a full on tantrum. You're like, you know what? We hit our tantrum level for the day, so I'm going to blame this on something else. So you're not mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
And
they don't remember long term. So it's like whatever. They just get past it and move on.
I like was listening to the radio and they were talking about like parenting things. And I was like, oh, it'd be so fun to compile a big list of all the lies we tell our children, or what we have been told that we remember from our childhood, because parenting, like, you just got to laugh at it sometimes.
You do. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. So
sorry,
we're in the pits with you.
Yeah.
So we're just going to share all of our compiled lists.
But first, speaking of if you know, you know, and assholes.
Yeah, we were speaking of that. Let's
rewind.
That actually sounded pretty good.
I don't have to find any sounds. Also, I pledge to myself right now to not make any promises that future editing Lindsey has to deal with, because I was up till midnight trying to do sound shit that I promised myself in our book club episode. And I was like, fuck, Lindsey.
Okay, well, you literally just pledged right now to promise something to yourself. It's the same thing. You just double down.
But this won't make me do anything while I'm editing. And that's the important point.
It is. That's good.
Oh my gosh. And it's hard to like not do it. I challenge myself. You know who's going to win against myself? Me. Okay. Anyways, let's dive on into the asshole. Take a deep breath.
All right.
You're going to get sucked up there. Can I tell you a story?
No. Tell me about your Am I the Asshole?
Okay, well,
they're going to be like, what? What got cut out?
I don't know. You got to subscribe to our Patreon.
A low price of $7 a month. You can find out.
Okay,
professional gobbler.
Speaking of assholes.
If you fucking leave that in, I swear to God. This is the detriment of me not being the one that edits. We already segued it a few times, I think.
Buttholes. Here's an asshole. Or not. You be the judge of it. Okay, am I the asshole for getting upset over my mom's lies? I had this.
That's fitting for what we were just talking about.
I literally Googled it to make it fit for this episode. That's what she
said.
Okay. I got the giggles. I'm hot. It's hot in here. Okay. We need to stop talking about buttholes.
It's getting her hot and bothered.
I had this at the back of my mind for a long time. I feel like I should share this here so you can give me some. I feel like I should share this here so you can give me a verdict. There we go. I was 15 years old when it started. So my mom and dad went for vacation with their friends, not sure where. I think it was Paris or Australia. Two very different places, ma'am. Not sure. Not sure. Anyway.
Okay. You sure you went?
Do you know anything about them? Anyways, not sure. Anyway, it's common for them to get souvenirs like magnets, snacks, candy, chocolate, stuff like that. Sometimes my mom would only get things for my brother and sister and pretty much little to none for me. I didn't mind it most of the time, but just a little miffed gift, maybe?
Miffed means like annoyed.
Oh, I've literally never heard that. Just a little miffed that only I didn't get anything. Okay. When they came back from their trip, they got something really pricey, which is an expensive brand of watches. I never wore an expensive watch before, so I naturally got excited. But my mom only gave watches to my elder brother and my elder sister, but none for me. What a bitch.
Yeah, that's so mean.
Puzzled, I asked, I'm sorry, but where's mine? And then she told me that my watch is with her friend, and apparently the inspection at the airport would get suspicious if they had that many watches in her luggage. And she said she would get the watch from her friend when she meets with them. Being quite non-confrontational, I accepted it. Nearly a year later, the watch never came into my possession and she never brought it up with me. So I casually asked my mom, when is she going to get that watch from her friend? She intentionally tried to dodge the question, but after being quite persistent, she admitted that there was no watch and she only got watches for my brother and sister. She lied and came up with the watch is with her friend and will get it back from her to keep me happy and excited for it.
Why would you just not buy another watch? Idiot. Rookie mistake.
Then got quite upset with her and told her that I was very disappointed at her for lying to me and said that she could have just told me the truth and said that she didn't buy anything. She then got a little defensive, saying that I was going to get sad and the reason that she didn't buy me one is because I'm a klutz and she was scared that I would lose or break it. I coldly responded, I didn't mind that you didn't get me anything for me. You shouldn't have lied to me and just stomped out of the room. Maybe I shouldn't have given her the benefit of the doubt, but I feel that she should have told me the truth and avoided the headache altogether. So Reddit, am I the asshole for getting upset with my mother? I don't think so. Sounds like she's playing favorites. Like, bitch.
What the mom should have done. Well, she should have bought 3 initially anyway, but if she would have bided her time saying that it was with the aunt or whatever,
she could have just gone
to Walmart and got a little watch.
She sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, honestly.
Your mom...
You gotta buy souvenirs for everybody or no one at all. Or just get like a big bag of candy or something generic that everyone can share.
Yeah.
Here's a personalized engraved watch for your brother and sister.
Why does she want to know that? I feel like she's trying to tell you something and maybe you should go to therapy and not like cut your mom off from your life because she sounds
just like
toxic.
Really lower your standards when it comes to your expectations with what your mom can provide for you. Yeah. It's very sad though that if you're in a family with multiple children that they would clearly leave you out.
Yeah. Maybe do a paternity test to see if you're hers.
And that'd be a maternity test.
Paternity.
That's just say what who their dad is.
But like, is there a difference?
There's gotta be. Well, why would there be a need for a maternity test? That comes out of their stomach.
Well, for all she knows.
It's true. A blood test. Is there a difference checking blood work for...
I feel like paternity and a maternity test. Well, paternity test determines a child's father. Maternity test reveals the child's mother. Okay. I just feel like paternity tests are the ones that you market to because, when are the fuck are you going to forget that you pushed a baby out of your vagina?
I was right.
Good for you. I'm so glad. Here's your win for the week.
Hey, now if you ever read about it in a book, you'll know the definition.
DNA maternity test is the most reliable method of definitive concluding who is the mother of the child.
Yeah, but unless you're like adopted, there's not usually much need to have a maternity test. It's like,
I'm an idiot.
Lies we tell our children.
Dun, dun, dun.
First of all, I'm going to go with the most popular lies that have been debunked. Swallowing gum. If you swallow gum, it's going to stay in your belly for 7 years.
Which, why is that a lie? Like, who's like, they shouldn't be swallowing gum? That's poisonous. Like, you have it in your mouth already.
That's true. I mean, why can't you swallow gum? It's food.
Maybe a parent was annoyed that they kept giving their kid gum and their kid kept swallowing it. So they were like, well, if you keep swallowing, it'll stay in your stomach for 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, it actually only stays in for 2 days.
Like normal food.
Coffee will stunt your growth.
No.
Not true. Cracking your knuckles will give you arthritis.
No.
Sitting too close to the TV will ruin your eyes.
That's not true.
It's not true. Well, I mean, look at us with our phones now. You know, it's like right in your face all the time.
It's true.
Probably doesn't do anything good for your eyes. I mean, the light and stuff, but like it doesn't really ruin your eyesight. And I would say the most popular one we got was that it's illegal to have the overhead lights on in the car, like at night when you're driving, and your parents are like, "Turn those off! I'm gonna get pulled over."
Not illegal. Then why the fuck did they put in the lights in the first place?
They're decorative. Mom. Yeah, honestly. Why?
I let Kean have his on all the time because he likes to like read books and stuff. And when we're driving, I'm just like, you know what?
Do you feel super nervous every time you do it? You're going to get pulled over?
I don't feel like my mom and dad whipped that one out a lot.
Ours, they said they couldn't see as well when we had those lights on.
It's like when the music just turned up too loud and you're trying to like concentrate.
Another one my mom told me when I was a kid is that it's illegal to pick cattails.
Because she probably didn't want the mess.
You know? So I just Googled it last year and it's false.
I was in my 30s.
Honestly. Because my kids wanted to pick them and I didn't know if I could say yeah, that's not illegal. What I'll think of another lie like that your parents told you. Can you think of anything?
Not really.
My mom always told me all the nutrients of the bread were in the crust. So that was the most important part of the sandwich to eat. So we never got Uncrustables like you spoiled bitches today.
I was a spoiled bitch.
Yeah, only child. Yeah, you didn't have to eat your crust, and your parents never lied to you. So,
my mom always told me this wasn't a lie. She would always be like, when we were buying things at the store, she'd always be like, you know, if you had a brother or a sister, you wouldn't be getting this right now.
It's true.
It's
honestly.
True. She would tell me that so much, and I'd be like, thank the good Lord, I don't have a brother or a sister.
Sometimes I think Naya was made to be an only child, but then I also feel like it has made her grow in other ways since she has 2 younger siblings. So
she has become a leader.
Yes, the leader of many and unwilling followers. Just kidding.
Honestly, she is just a spitting image of you. You know, when you were little. So I've heard.
That's true. She's just a little bit more confident than I was probably, but who knows? Maybe I was extra and I don't remember. I don't. In my mom's defense, I wonder to this day if she didn't know that those things were not true. I feel like she was serious, and now I'm like in my 30s and I'm like, was she lying or was she that? Did she really believe that?
I feel like her mom told her a lot of things.
Yeah, I feel like I want to call my mom and put her on the podcast right now and be like, answer me right now. Is it illegal to pick cattails?
Do it.
She would be like, yes, it is. Should we? Is your phone hooked up to the?
Yeah.
I've got a couple questions for you.
Hey friends, this is Editing Lindsey. We did call Brittany's mom, aka my mother-in-law, but unfortunately her audio did not record on her end. But I am leaving some of the phone call audio in because it was a fun phone call. Anyways, back to the podcast.
Were lying or if you thought they were true, because I had to Google them to debunk them, okay? So can I ask you, do you really think that it's illegal to have the lights on inside of the car at night? You do think that? Okay, so she wasn't lying about that. It's not illegal, Mom. I Googled it. I also am wondering about the cattails that you said you can't pick cattails. That's against the law. Did you think that was true? Google said it wasn't true.
Yeah, you can't believe everything on the internet, Brittany.
What about Santa Claus? You tell me right now.
Is he real?
Is he the one that brought us the presents every Christmas morning? See, I told you my mom never intentionally lied, that she did think those were real and that I also thought it was real and I had to Google it. The cattail thing had conflicting results though, actually.
I feel like it's probably not good to pick them for the environment.
Well, did you used to tell me that swallowing gum would stay in my stomach for 7 years? I Googled it today. It says it only stays in your belly for 2 days. Who is your science teacher? We're calling them next. R.I.P. Well, I'll tell you quick, Mom, before we let you go. I tell Rhea that the brown spots on bananas are just extra sugar, so she eats them. And now her favorite parts of the bananas are the brown bruised parts.
Oh,
okay.
That's a good one.
You know what? If you got some nice thick sourdough crust, I bet it does strengthen your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Just call me Aladdin. Awesome. So this was very impulsive. We're just recording our podcast about lies we tell our kids. And I was like, I honestly don't think that my mom was purposely lying about those. I think that they hold a little bit of truth
because
to them.
I feel like you didn't have Google. You couldn't just be like, is this true? You're just like, somebody told me this.
And then it feels true.
It feels true.
And a lot of people say it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the gum thing.
Yeah. Oh, why?
Like when you were sick? I don't think you could pay me to take a bite of Vicks.
Yeah.
You know what? If it made me feel better when I was sick, maybe I would.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Is everything okay?
That was a fun little
impromptu.
It was. That's so
Thanks,
funny.
Mary. I know you don't listen to the podcast, but
maybe she will if she knows she's on it. But I do think that I'm glad that I didn't tell her ahead of time. Not that we even had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That was really random. But like otherwise, she probably would have overthought it.
Yeah, for sure.
That was good. Do you want me to read more of these and then you read some?
Yeah. Did you write down? Where'd you write them down from?
All over. All right. Here's some listener
tales. Just kidding.
Some listener lies. Lindsay, you want to go?
We got one DM, and thank you. If my daughter doesn't listen, I tell her she'll have to go to boarding school where they give you a school mom that's really mean with no privileges. But like, hell no, I can't afford boarding school. I thought it was funny.
That is funny. One mom on TikTok replied to our video saying that she tells her kids that she'll get arrested if her kids don't wear their bike helmets.
That's a good one, though, because I feel like some kids are like way against it. And it's like, why do you hate me? Because I don't want you to die.
Right, I know. God. I had to explain to Judah what brain damage was.
Gosh.
One mom said the tooth fairy forgot to come because there was a high wind advisory and her wings wouldn't work right.
So funny.
If your kids won't brush their teeth or brush their hair, say that they have sugar bugs or tangle bugs that you got to get out.
Yeah, I tell Kian that the teeth monsters will come steal his teeth if he doesn't brush them good enough. So usually that's how I get him to let me brush his teeth. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, oh, you missed a spot. They're going to come steal your teeth and you're not going to be able to eat candy anymore because you won't be able to chew it. And then he's just like, ah.
One person said telling her kids it's broken after purposely removing the batteries out of a toy.
I feel like we've all done that. We're just like, yup, we're done with that noise.
We don't have any more batteries. Sorry.
I don't know what a battery is. Oh, we got to get more at the store. They're all gone. If somebody asks for something, but you don't want to give it to them.
We're out. Sorry.
We're all out.
Lock the cabinet so they can't look in there. I sometimes tell my kids the TV isn't charged because I unplugged it.
I always tell Jordan. I always tell Kian that the TV's broken and we have to have a TV man come fix it the next day. And he couldn't come.
I wish you told that to Jordan.
Sorry, Jordan, your PC is broken.
I was going to say about his computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess someone's got to come tomorrow to fix it.
I like cut the power cord. He was so mad.
Just holds it up. It's like free.
Yeah.
Just
look at it's broken.
I
don't know what happened.
Did you try blowing in it?
Did you try turning it off and on again?
Won't even turn on. The ice cream man only plays music when they're out of ice cream.
Oh no. Another one was my dad used to tell me growing up that if I ate the crust, I would get curly hair just like him.
I saw that and I was like, is that good or bad? Did you want curly hair?
Apparently,
or did you not want curly hair?
I feel like you would want curly hair if your parents would be like,
if you don't eat the crust.
If you do eat the crust, you will get curly hair like me.
That's
so she must have wanted curly hair like her dad.
That you can't go to Chuck E. Cheese unless you're invited there for a birthday party.
Love that. Another one that it wasn't written in, but that I took out of your book is that when your kids can't read and they want something, like I vividly remember us walking past a vending machine and your kids wanted something from it and you were like, oh, it's out of order. And you just like pointed to random words and you're like, see, it says out of order. Doesn't work. And I was like, that is a good tip. I stole that one for like a ride that I did not want to put key in. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't work. It says right here. It says right here. It's broken.
I actually regret teaching my kids to read.
Don't do it.
It doesn't work. Although I did something similar and they can read, the older two. So we were at Crayola when we had Kian. Crayola experience at the Mall of America is so fun if anybody hasn't been there. But they sell Dippin' Dots because of course they do. And they had all the flavors like on the picture. And the one flavor had a sign that said sold out. And I was like, they're like, when can we ever get Dippin' Dots here? I'm like, oh, they're sold out. See, it says sold out. They were just sold out of cookies and cream flavor. Mama's still smarter.
You just need to get a sold out bag or it's broken sign.
Oh,
that you can just like slip and like stick.
Just have like you can make like get cardstock paper and cut like a little like bright neon sign sold out with a masking tape. Anytime you walk by something, slap it on the wall.
Just like run ahead of them and like pre-look.
Oh shoot,
it's sold out.
Pretzel's sold out. Can I have that back? Bring it place to place. That's the same.
Can you put this in your window, please?
Sold out. Everything at. Why is Target sold out, Mom?
Oh, we also tell Kian that like if he wants to watch our phones, I'll be like, oh, it has to charge. It's dead.
Oh. I don't let the kids watch YouTube anymore unless they're watching it in the living room on the big TV with me in there. Just because you just never know what pops up on that stuff. And so I've been telling Rhea that YouTube doesn't work anymore. YouTube's broken now. Which, I mean, sometimes you just have to do that.
I mean, I feel like we're going to do a side note. We're going to do a heavy screen time detox because Kian's been just like.
Well, it's this time of year. It's so hard.
Wild.
We're entering our 7th month of winter.
And it's supposed to, somebody said, well, it was snowing on Friday. And I was like, or it was snowing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how are you? And they're like, it's snowing. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
I was just outside.
Jesse gets up yesterday. He's all in a pretty good mood, getting ready for work. And then he has to drive an hour away for work, almost probably 50 minutes. And then he's like, damn it, it's snowing. His attitude just went from like chipper, good morning to like, I gotta go. This is gonna be the worst drive ever.
I know. Can we just have it be spring, please? Thank you.
I have one more. So this one I saw online. It was funny. This mom told her kids that there are kids that just live at the park. And at certain times the park closes. But the reason there's still some kids there is because they live there. Which I think could work if you had little children.
Yeah. This one was good. A mom said, we were on vacation this weekend and we were done as parents with going to the pool that day. So we told our toddler that somebody pooped in the pool and it had to be closed.
That's a good one to keep in your back pocket.
We're just honestly giving you good.
This is good content.
Good. Not your average content.
This is slightly above average content. Do you think a couple of average moms could bring you these tips? Maybe, but they don't.
Do they have the community?
They could.
Do they have 200 plus Facebook members? No.
Do they have 7,000 TikTok members?
Do they have 23 followers on Instagram? But if you would share, like, and follow our podcast, maybe we'd have more.
Exactly. You guys, we're counting on you. Our
and
livelihood
you are letting us down.
completely on your shoulders.
My financial future is
It's
on your shoulders. And I'm moving into a cardboard box soon.
Rhea said you could live in her room.
I
It's
know.
fine.
But I can't sleep in her bed.
You don't need a bed, okay?
I can sleep on the floor next
You
to
need
her
a
bed.
roof over your head.
That's true.
But yeah, average moms couldn't bring you this content. They could, but they wouldn't.
They wouldn't figure out how to do audio.
No. Yeah, average mom.
I cried 3 times.
And I watched her cry. I'm like rubbing her shoulder. Oh, it's so rough. You got to do this on your own.
I don't have to worry about that. I'm the talent. Okay. Any more? I don't know. If you do have any more, please DM us. We could post these on our story. We won't share your name or anything.
I'm going to share a picture of you guys alongside a picture of your children and write liar
and your address.
Social. Submit us your social security number.
And your blood type.
Somebody said her grandma always told her if she wasn't asleep by 9 o'clock, her head would turn into a pumpkin. And she literally believed it for so long. So she went to bed all the time before 9 o'clock. I think it'd be fun. I might just make like a video, TikTok. I'm like just a slideshow of all these lies because it's just like funny.
They're so funny. And I feel like they do help because toddlers are.
My stomach's growling again.
I heard that.
Can you heard that one? I'm sorry. I should have finished my banana. My emergency banana.
Go finish your emergency. Shove it down your throat. I do actually have a highlights of humanity. Why do you gotta look me in the eyeballs? I swear to God, if you choke.
I never choke.
Even when it hits the back of my throat.
Yeah. He said you just have to hold your thumb inside of your fist.
That's a no for me, dog.
All right. I want to hear your highlights of humanity.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we were at the library last night, which check out your local library. That's another mom hack. And they usually have like 2 carts. And every time I go to the library, Kian like immediately runs and gets a cart and then like goes and picks out his books and then he goes and plays. Well, we got there and there was no carts. And so like we looked around the library because there's usually a second one. And I was like, we saw a little boy with one and I was like, honey, I don't know where the cart is. We can put it in this bag. And we like took one last loop around the library and then it like appeared. And I was like, oh, somebody's like done using one of the carts. And I thought the other cart had like somebody just finally like found it and put it back because one of the librarians was going around and like cleaning things up. So I was like, oh, she must have found it in like a corner or something and put it back. Well, he grabbed the cart and he's like running around having a good time. And I like looked down the aisle again where the little boy used to have the cart. And I think the mom made him put it back so Kian could have the cart. And I was just like, oh, because they were there for a little bit longer picking out more books. And she's like, they were just putting it in their bag. But I think the mom made him share, which was so sweet.
That's so nice.
I was like, oh,
gotta take turns.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to learn.
I have a pretty funny mom moment that happened last weekend.
Yeah.
So last weekend was Easter.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, belated weeks and weeks. Probably gonna be months after that.
Yeah.
My kids were just like talking about everything they wanted from the Easter bunny, going on and on about this and that. And I was like, guys, don't expect much from the Easter bunny. Actually, let me backtrack. This was Naya specifically I was talking to. Said, don't expect too much from the Easter bunny. I don't want you to be disappointed. Said, who knows? The Easter bunny might be broke this year. And Naya goes, he's not broke. He's got a bunch of chicks working for him.
Oh my God.
And she meant like chickens. Yeah. He's not broke. He's got a bunch of chicks working for him.
Your kids are so funny. Okay, so mom moment today. They both made me a drink and I had to grade it, which was hard. They were both staring into my soul and forced me to tell them which one was better. Which they
tell me the truth. Which one was better?
I feel like I like both of them for different reasons. I feel like the strawberry with the caramel sauce was a little weird.
And I'll let Judah know that critique.
No, it's Naya.
Oh.
And I feel like I just saw some wild things while she was making the juice. That was like, I know where this has been.
She made it in a mini toy blender that's like the size of like
and cut the strawberries
6 inches wide
on the kitchen table where they just ate lunch. And then she said she accidentally dropped a grape. I think she chopped up and put grapes in there. And I think she accidentally dropped one in the kitchen and just like sink and then like took it and put it in.
Yeah.
So that was hard to like watch and then drink it, but I did it.
Wow. That's a good aunt right there.
And then Judah, I helped him make his because he made a smoothie with like the NutriBullet blender or whatever blender you have, the fancy one, which I could not figure out how to work. He figured it out.
The ninja, the single ninja one.
I was just there. I was like, he had super adult vision. Super
adult vision. Is that? Was it better? He had super adult vision, so it's fine. What was in the drinks? I saw them empty 2 shots of whiskey in each.
Oh my gosh.
My dad drinks this.
Adult supervision. Whoa. And what was I saying? And he figured it out, but I like helped him a little bit. And then he like made it. He even cut up an orange and put it on the side of the glass, like the rim. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, this is so fancy. And he was even like, what's your favorite color? And he picked a straw that was like closest to my favorite color. And then I feel like his details made it better. Mm-hmm. He definitely put in a lot of like personal details into the drink. And then he was like, which one is better? And then he's like, don't make me get a chicken and put it in your pants.
Because she wouldn't admit which one was better.
No, I didn't want to. I didn't want to crush their souls. I was like, don't make me that aunt. I'm the cool one. I'm the good one. Don't make me be mean. And so I chose his. But Naya was like distracted. She didn't really care. I feel like it was more important to Judah. But that was just funny. He was just like, don't make me get the chicken.
I know. He's like, I'm going to put a chicken in your pants right now if you don't choose. Just so random.
And then, okay, I have to tell you the Easter story with Jordan. So this isn't a mom moment. It was just fucking hilarious. So I stayed with Kian because he was being a little bit emotional and touchy. And I stayed with him in the big kitchen area. And then we have like the dining room table that's supposed to be like the kids' table, but it's just like the overflow table now. And he went in there to eat. And I stayed in the kitchen with my family, with my mom and Kian. And like 2 hours later, everyone was like, did you hear the pop story? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so they made Jordan tell it. So Jordan grabbed a Diet Pepsi. And he was sitting at a spot out in the other table. And then he got up to go do something. And then Cindy took his spot. And he was like trying to look for his pop again. So he was like, oh, Cindy, is that my pop? That's where I was sitting. And she's like, no, it's mine. And so he thought she was joking. And he picked it up and he sipped the river. And he was like, ew! And it was actually her pop.
Oh my gosh.
And he's never gonna live that down.
As he like looks her in the eye.
Yes.
And
she was like, actually, that was mine.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that gives me the
heebs.
Yes. The heebie-jeebies.
I was like, he's like, I thought it was just gonna be so funny, but it was actually her pop. It was a eventful Easter for my husband. That's why he's probably never going to be invited again.
He's like, and now that was the first and last Easter I spent with all of them.
So for my mom moment this week, it was at the library again. So we were leaving and Kian likes to hit the handicap buttons. Mm-hmm. So he like hit it and he was like in the superhero stance and people were like coming through the door ironically at the same time. And he was like, there you go, kids. And then did I tell them about the cookies don't last in the tummy forever story? Mm-mm. Okay. So Keenan ate a cookie and he's like, it's in my tummy. And I was like, well, do you know it goes from your tummy to your intestines out your butt? And he was like, what? And I kept telling him that. And now we like have a discussion and he'll be like, it's in my tummy and then it'll come on my butt. And then like last week I like was eating a cookie with him and he's like, that's going to come out your butt. Oh, gosh. They're too funny.
You're like, that's the goal. Not trying to live that constipated life.
No, definitely not today. I drank a lot of coffee.
I halfway drank a lot of coffee. I had 1 full cup and then the rest were just intentions.
Well, I feel like a lot of coffee is drinking the full thing.
1 full cup?
Yeah, I'm a sipper and I just usually never drink all of it. And that's my toxic trait.
I don't know if I can continue this conversation.
Why?
because it offends me when you waste coffee.
Okay, well, I try not to do it here.
No, it's the coffee. It's about the coffee.
It's not about here. It's about the coffee in general.
It's not about my coffee. Your coffee is coffee in general. Well,
anyways. Drink your coffee, bitches. Just kidding.
I'm going to drink coffee after this and eat because I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Hungry like the wolf. You want to hear the prank that I really wanted to do on Jesse, but I didn't. I ran out of time because I forgot about St.
Patrick's Day.
We had St. Patrick's Day, then Easter, and then
it was
April
like bam,
Fool's
bam,
Day.
bam, bam, bam.
My head was spinning, but
Yeah.
I wanted to do this next year, maybe.
Don't listen, Jesse. Turn this off right now.
Don't listen to this part, or I will
find you.
I'll do something to you in your sleep. They won't like.
Ooh.
Where's that butt plug? No, okay. So you're supposed to take a picture of their car and just list it for super cheap on Marketplace, and then put their phone number so that people just text and call them all day. And they don't know why. All of a sudden, they're just getting all these calls about their vehicle. What? I just wish I would have done it. It's one of my biggest life regrets.
Yeah. Well, there's always next year.
For me to forget about April Fool's Day. Best April Fool's prank I ever played on Jesse. I was 20 years old and we were going to get married. So he was in
April Fools!
Yeah, he was in school. Like, we were not getting married that day. We were engaged at this time. He was in college and he was in class. And I had an appointment to get like a IUD or like an implant in my arm, you know, the birth control implant at Planned Parenthood because I had no health insurance at the time. So I just ironically had this appointment already on April Fool's Day. So I was like, genius. I called Jesse. He has to leave class because I told him it was an emergency. And I told him that they couldn't do the implant because I was pregnant. And I was like fake crying. And I was like, I don't know what to do about the wedding. My mom's going to be so mad. And he was like, are you kidding me? And his friend like stepped out with him and was like, are you okay? He said, Jesse, it looked like he was about to faint. And then I was like, it was like the perfect setting. I mean, I was literally at Planned Parenthood.
It was set up for you.
It was. How could I not?
You're like, hey, nurse, can you just tell him that I'm pregnant quick?
Yeah. It's like, Pam, get over here. Get in on this. But that was the
both
best.
Laughing over the negative pregnancy test sitting next to you.
And like, I don't recommend that people do fake pregnancy announcements on April Fool's Day. This was literally just a phone call to him just to torture him. And it was the best. So
it wasn't like social media'd.
Yeah. Like everybody, that's not a joke, but
no,
but yeah, it was my best one. It was like, I had the perfect setting and setup and I had to do it.
I feel like I identify with Winston from New Girl, where my jokes are like, oh, there's a banana on the floor, you're gonna slip on it, or they're like way too far. Like I think about it way too far.
And then at the end,
no,
that escalated quickly.
Yeah. Where I don't know, I'm not good at it, but we attempted.
Too far.
We attempted with you guys, and a lot of you just sent laughing emojis, which was funny.
I didn't like the joke that we decided to do. Even though I almost did it without even like consulting you.
Yeah.
The April Fool's prank that we were like stopping our podcast. And then I was like, I had a couple sad react emojis. Some people that were like, family first always. I totally understand. And then they go to the next slide. They're like, I fell for it. And then I was going to post it in our Facebook group and then I like screenshot it. Like it was like, hey, we're going to stop during our podcast. Life's gotten too much. If you didn't see it on our stories. And it was April Fool's joke. And I just got so sad reading it. I was like, I don't like it. And so I couldn't bring myself to post it in the Facebook group.
I feel like next year it would be fun to create a like April Fool's clothing line, like just fucking far out clothing line.
Expand on that. What?
Like Bomar Nutrition, they did like protein mac and cheese as an April Fool's joke.
Oh,
like we could do like this is our new clothing line. It just launched today, and it could just like be awful.
Oh, I love that. Okay, I was like, I thought you meant like a holiday shirt.
No,
but for like celebrating.
We
April
could do
Fool's
like
Day.
a giant labia on the back. It could say labia deep.
That was so funny. I didn't even know one of these things. Jesse told me that night. He's like, wow, that Behind the Chair, which is a hair salon Facebook page and magazine that I follow or whatever. And he's like, that behind the chair April Fool's prank was really good. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I didn't see it. He's like, you commented on it. I'm like, I didn't realize it was a joke. I didn't realize it's April Fool's Day. They had like posts that said, beginning next in 2025 or something, you'd need your husband's permission to sign a waiver before you get any hair services done. And I literally just posted a picture of like Handmaid's Tale. And the sad thing is, in our country right now, I was like, shit, this is the way it's going. Like, it wasn't funny to me because it just felt a little too close to reality. So I was like, yucky.
Ew.
Anyway, we hope you got some good tidbits out of today.
Yeah, we hope you keep things in your back pocket to pull out for next time. And you know what? It's okay to lie to your kids sometimes.
It's for the greater good.
It really is. And they'll do it to their own kids too.
I'll share these with them in the future so that they can do it to my grandchildren if I get them.
Yep, for sure. I'm not, what is it?
What?
A gatekeeper.
Yeah, don't gatekeep the lies that we tell our kids.
I was thinking hellscape.
That too.
That's not it.
That too.
That is not it. Okay.
We're not above ya.
We're not below ya. We're right there beside ya. Have a good week. Bye.
See you next time.
Don't slip on a banana.
Slip on a banana and you're dead.
Morbid Mom Minute.
This is a Morbid Mom Minute. A child slipped on a
that her mother threw on the floor
purposely while she was running full speed ahead at a granite countertop.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Ta-da!